Hey guys, today we're doing a review on, well, I think we already know what we're doing a review on, guys. Yeah, it's the cool keys, guys. I'm gonna watch it, guys. Yeah. So we have play all. I'm gonna play all 59 minutes. Got the minions, and we're ready to go. Get a pack of crisps. Yeah. The sun is shining. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I just hit my head on it. Kind of hurt, so. Time for the review.
Rudiments of Boogie Woogie. It was here that I realised that the piano is a multi-voiced orchestra and my fingers are the 10 members of the band.
Can't really hear it. I'll turn up even more. Yeah.
I learnt on a pianola. Some were operated by electric motors and some like this, with pedals, blowing air through these rolls to dictate the notes that were played. You could change the tempo, play pianissimo, or forte. Before television, you could hear the great masters of the piano in your own front room. People like George Gershwin, Fats Waller, who made this one, and James P. Johnson would cut their own piano rolls.
He's showing me what's his job right now. Get the minions back out, right? Quite good so far, guys. I've seen a lot of, let's say, piano talents.
Nobody really knows exactly how jazz started, but where did it all begin? It It's said that jazz grew out of a mixture of musical styles that were around in the late 1800s in the United States. People from all over the world met up in Congo Square in New Orleans and shared their music. At the end of the 19th century, there were many new dance crazes, and one of them was the cakewalk.
The cakewalk was very popular with dancers and listeners, and in fact they used to have competitions for dancers, and the one who judged the best dancing couple got a cake as a prize.
Popular dance music like cakewalks,
So far, so
folk,
good,
classical
guys.
music all helped shape the music that became.
I think I want some chocolate, guys. This film's getting intense, guys.
James Scott, they were the big three ragtime composers. They had to be played as written. There was so much going on in a piece of ragtime that if you messed about with it, disaster. James P. Johnson came along and he said, this is boring for me, I want to play something that's not written. So they devised this style called stride, well, Harlem stride piano, because it originated in Harlem.
Whoa, where are you going, bro?
And stride because
In my mouth.
if you watch anybody playing stride piano, you'll see the left hand striding backwards and forwards with an umpar beat.
Willie the Lion Smith was one of the fathers of jazz piano. He had a fearsome left hand and was a gladiator with other pianists.
Fearsome
He used to
left
have
hand.
cutting competitions where they
I'll take that
try and
note.
outplay one another. His name, the Lion, came from his heroic deeds during the First World War.
Now, a stride pianist would play the extremes
Oh,
of
God.
the piano rather than the middle, which ragtime concentrates on. So
my
the left
gosh.
hand does a lot of variations. So a stride pianist would do something like this.
I'm crying, guys.
In the 20s, when stride was popular, they didn't use bass players and drummers normally, and playing stride was a one-man band. Of course, later on, when they started using drums, bass, the left hand of the pianist got very lazy.
Willie the Lion Smith thrived in a Harlem that was exploding with musical talent. A piano man had it made like a hair-cutting man or an undertaker back in those days. No matter where you went, there was work waiting for you. Many of the other entertainers, like the singers and dancers, did not have it so good, nor did the drummers, fiddlers or hornmen. These folks were helpers, and a good pianist didn't need assistance. So by now, 1912, 1914, that sort of thing, the jazz age was about to be born. Let's find out where the word jazz comes from. Some people say it comes from the jasmine tree. Other people say it comes from the name Jasbo Brown, a player of the time. Some people say it's a sexy type of goings-on when you start jazzing people up. But there was a perfume called Jazz, spelled J-A-S-S, taken from the jasmine tree. And prostitutes in New Orleans used to wear this perfume.
Let me ask you something, bro. Do you like jazz? Blues and blues.
The greatest style of piano is the style that moves the human spirit and provokes spontaneous dancing. For me, that style is boogie woogie. To play it, you need to have a left hand that is an entire rhythm section in itself. You can then invent, improvise, and riff with your right hand.
Oh, so good.
One story of how boogie woogie came into being comes from the very old ragtime pianist U.B. Blake. And he says that at the turn of the century, there was a pianist called William Turk who was enormously fat. And he was to play stride piano,
but because of his enormous girth, he couldn't get his hand round in front of his belly like this, so he had to develop a repetitive left hand. Thus, according to Eubie Blake, Boogie Woogie was born.
I've always wanted to be able to do that boogie.
Paul McCartney.
None of us could do that.
That's awesome. My masterpiece is red. Love the swans are here.
Of course, one style doesn't disappear when another one comes along, and styles constantly get mixed together to make something new.
Hey. Bro, what you doing, bro? Can you believe it made me freaking pause?
For example, let's look at the blues.
The blues means different things to different people. For some, it's very much about expressing a feeling, and for some, it's very much just simply a sound. The voice is a wonderfully expressive instrument, and most instruments after that actually borrowed from that style.
I'm okay, guys.
It's the expression which was achieved by bending notes, falling off of notes, sliding up to notes, and even using vibrato, which is where the pitch of the note wobbles a little bit. The guitar was able to borrow from the voice, and this was achieved by sliding up the neck.
Your second selfie finger, mate.
This is harder on piano, of course, so what we have to do is crush notes.
Blues is a central focal point of the music. It's something that, particularly for me, it's something I like to have at the center of what I play. Technically, I mean, we can talk about the scale that it comes from, referred to as the blues scale. So in some ways it's using sounds from that, but it's not, I mean, doing this is not the blues. It's when you deal with the blues like this. So as you can hear, certain things come out there, certain sounds. So it's a sound that's in my ear, but I'm using it in many different ways, coupling it with. And sometimes I'm not strictly using that scale. I'm coming out of it, going into it, and I'm focusing on the soulfulness of that sound.
The blues appears in many styles of music.
I have no more food. Oh my god. Who took my food? Oh my god. Easter Bunny. Smarties. More like me. Smarties. More like me. Smarties. More like me. Smarties. Oh my god. Michael Jackson. What are you doing on my wall? Michael Jackson's on my wall. Yeah. See, you can't see it right now, but he's going live. He's going live. Oh, it's not plugged in. He's going live. He's going live. See what I mean?
So it's said that here in New Orleans is where jazz began.
I know, I'm trying to watch
The
the
city was
film.
home to immigrants from all over Europe, Africa, India, and the Caribbean. It was the perfect location for music from all these places to be mixed together.
Yeah.
Pianist to make authentic jazz.
In the snow and I'm trying to go, but
Jelly roll Morton
won't
is
let me
a smiling,
live.
simply from a living glance at his garden
Peppa is evil
As he
to
arrived at the
me.
piano, she would take off his coat and hands
I tried to run away, but she keeps coming back to me. I said, Peppa, what
Then
you
he would
doing,
carefully wipe
boy?
off the piano bench
I said, Peppa, what you doing?
out of the corner of his eye.
Peppa's
Look to see
gonna
whether or
kill
not
me
he was being
while I
If so, sit down,
sleep.
and all the pianists of his day hit a signature chord.
Peppa,
He had to have a
what you
special
doing,
book
boy?
of all your performances.
Peppa, you're an
Say
evil
when I
boy.
play solo piano,
I
I
said,
try to sing
Peppa, Peppa,
That's why you get everything on the left
Peppa.
hand and the right.
What you doing, boy?
So much going on that, it could sound a bit like a
The absolute greatest virtuoso of jazz
Peppa's an
music
evil
of all
boy.
time.
She keeps coming back for me every time, but when I go home, trust me, she don't go. When in my school, I see her looking in the woods. Peppa, what you doing, boy? Peppa, 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 what you doing, boy? Come for me, I said, come for you. I said, Peppa, what you doing, boy? Peppa, 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 what you doing, boy? Peppa, what you doing, boy? Peppa, what you doing,
Imaginative
boy?
harmony. He would throw in 1,000 chords in a very small musical space. But if you were to analyze it, it's all very complex, difficult stuff.
What you doing, boy? Said Peppa is coming for you in the night. Peppa is coming for you and me. Peppa, what you doing, boy? Said Peppa, said Peppa. I said Peppa, what you doing, boy? Peppa, Peppa.
By the end of the 1920s, the jazz train swung into the station. As the 1930s dawned, the
I know.
small bands turned
Quite a
into
good
big
song,
bands.
if I say
Some
so
of them
myself.
were led by great pianists, such as Count Basie.
Peppa, what you doing, boy? Peppa, Peppa, what you doing, boy? Said Peppa, said Peppa. Peppa, what you doing, boy?
Big bands sort of were a very popular time in the history of music. Now, the way the big band derived, it derived first by being a combination of instruments added to the basic rhythm section of the piano, bass, and the guitar and the drums. As that became more prominent, people like Duke Ellington used to add horns to it. When I say horns, that includes trumpets, trombones, and saxophones.
You know, I've turned to
we're not
like
gonna say
some big song there, you know.
and brass, we
Just
say
me.
horns, and of course you can say. And when
Anyways, I
when
think
we
I'm
do
gonna have to
go
end the
into
video there,
those
'cause,
kinds of
well,
bands,
you know,
we do refer to the
I'll
brass
just
as
say,
brass, but we refer
song was
to the,
well,
woodwind
my
as the
song was
reeds.
amazing. I think
But,
better than
basically,
this
when
TV show. That's
Duke
why I,
finally got his setup
bring it
to
in.
the perfect sound or the
Anyways,
perfect size.
so I rated
It
the
was
show
really,
maybe
having 5 saxophones and that
7 out
and
of
2 alto saxophones,
7
2
out
tenor
of
saxophones,
11.
and 1
7
baritone
out
saxophone.
of 11. Yeah.
3 trumpets.
I rate my song
3
10 out
or
of 10
4
because you know
trumpets.
what
And
I.
so you just one.
Mohammed Ramadan's got
1,
nothing
2,
on me.
3. And you'd have
Mohammed Ramadan's
3
got
or 4
nothing on me.
trombones. So you'd have.
Yeah. Anyway,
and
so
one of
I'm
those
your best friend now,
trombones would be
obviously.
perhaps a bass
Don't
trombone.
forget. Yeah.
And you'd
Anyways, I
have the
rate
man
it
with
7
the
out of
bass
10.
drums.
Good quality, except from the parts where everything goes grey and all the musicians come in and start playing. But those are quite cool, so you know. But they have nothing on me and my
song. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to get to 20 minutes. Yeah. Bye.
Frontline is the